This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Well, we are going to do a mixed bag today. We are going to do a couple topics, and then we're going to read hate mail or hate messages that I get. I think they're kind of funny, some of them. They make me laugh because some people delete them. But, you know, messages never go away, guys. But let's get into a couple things first. Let's get into Yannick Ngakoue again. So, Yannick came out the other day and said in a Twitter post that he has no interest in signing a long-term contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars, blah, 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 blah. So, the Jaguars, of course, are going to tag him because they're not going to lose him. Now, we need to look at two things, guys. His phrasing of his Twitter post was very interesting. I am not looking to sign a long-term agreement. So does that mean he's open up to a 1-year deal, a 2-year deal? So we don't know. We can't see something off of Twitter and go, yeah, okay. Now, we have been following the Yannick Ngakoue situation going back to the end of the season. We have some contacts over in the Jacksonville area. And we've been pretty much right since day one about him in Jacksonville and everything else. But so we reached out to a couple people again, and the situation which we're hearing on the ground in Jacksonville is that Yannick, yes, does want out of Jacksonville, but he is not going to he's going to play his cards close to his vest, and if he does get tagged at the tag number, that he probably will play the season and then possibly then sit out next year if he gets tagged again. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. Is that rumor true? I don't know. I can only just tell you what we're hearing and what we have heard over the last 6 months has been fairly accurate. So take it for a grain of salt. One thing I did want to address, though, is the New York Giants' perspective from Yannick Ngakoue. I see all these things now. They're like, well, we're going to trade for him, and we're going to do this, and we're still going to get him. And I love it because there is a respected person online, a writer, and I'm not going to get into it, that person's name, that was mentioning that maybe we could trade our 4th round pick to Jacksonville for the 9th overall and Yannick Ngakoue. Okay. I laughed because I saw that and I had to laugh really hard. Because this is a respected person. And I'm thinking to myself, no, Jacksonville's not going to do that. Jacksonville's already come out and said, hey, listen, we need assets. You know, we want to keep Yannick because he's outplayed his contract, but we need assets. We need things. They're not going to just take the Giants' 4th pick and then go 5 spots to swap the 9th pick and Yannick. I mean, that's beyond crazy. I mean, if you take a look at, who was it? Who was it? Oh, it was when Frank went over to, Frank Clark. Yes, Frank Clark went over to the Chiefs. The Chiefs gave up a 19 first-round draft choice, a 2020 second-round pick, and they swapped their third-round picks. And then they turned around and signed Clark to a $100 million deal. Listen to that. They gave up a first-rounder, they gave up a second-rounder, and they swapped third-rounders. That makes more sense. You know, I think if the Giants are going to have to give up Yannick or get Yannick, they're going to have to give up the number 4 pick. And Jacksonville is not going to turn around and send the 9th pick back to the Giants. There's no value in that. Now, I believe Jacksonville's got 2 picks in the first round. I think the other one's like around the 22nd pick. I mean, it would make more sense if for Jacksonville's perspective, if they sent Yannick to the Giants for the 4th round pick, kept their 9th round pick, maybe sent the 22nd pick, and then maybe took a 2nd and a 3rd round from the Giants. That would make more sense because you're stockpiling assets. But I don't think Gettleman is going to fall into that trap where you're basically giving up more assets. And then I love it because then people are like, well, we could still get the pass rusher we need and the offensive lineman we need. Yeah, that's great, but Jacksonville's not I always get upset because when people look at trades, they don't look at it from both trades perspectives, from both teams. That's a problem. You need to look at what both teams' needs are and what both teams' values are. There are other teams out there that can offer the Giants more for Yannick. Losing that third-round draft choice and was third and the fifth for Leonard Williams. I mean, that could have been assets we could have used to turn around and got an actual pass rusher. So, but you know what? I think Joe Judge had a wonderful comment the other day about upgrading the Giants' pass rushing. He says, everyone really wants an elite guy. I think that's a true statement. No one's going to turn down a good football player, but you have to find ways, if you don't have the necessarily that one elite guy, of getting production out of maybe 2 or 3 other players that complement each other. That is a smart statement. That makes sense. That is saying, listen, we are not going to mortgage the farm for a guy that's been franchised to get him to then lose our assets. That makes a hell of a lot more sense than people sitting there going, wow, they're going to give us back the 9th pick and we're going to give them the 4th. Yeah, you think they're going to move up 5 spots and give up Yannick Ngakoue? I'm not a Yannick fan because I think he can't play the run. I've seen this dude play, and I've seen tape on him play. He can't play the run. Yeah, he can get to the quarterback, maybe get you 8 sacks, but you're going to pay $21 million to hopefully he gets 8 to 12 sacks and give you 30 tackles? We did a video about bringing back JPP, and JPP in a shorter period of time had better stats. Because he missed the game because of the non-football injury. And then people forget, Yannick was on a line with Calais Campbell and Josh Allen. And Josh Allen played 40% less snaps than Yannick and got more sacks. And the dude only had, 8.5 sacks on a line with Calais Campbell and Josh Allen? I mean, there are better options in the free agent market, and there are better options in reference to the fact that we can find talent, and then, like Joe Judge is saying, complementary talent. So Yannick is going to go to the Giants with basically no talent in the linebacking core or any talent really on the other end. Because we don't know what we're going to do with Marcus Golden. Marcus Golden, if you take a look at his stats outside of James Betcher, he doesn't really have great stats. And plus, like I said, he's only had 2 seasons where he wasn't injured. So we don't know who he's even going to be on the other side. So do you really think teams aren't going to just double team Yannick? I mean, I think that people get carried away when they see things like this. And again, we need, as Giant fans, we need to be smarter. We need to sit there and we need to think, what do we need? Our defense has got so many holes, one player is not going to help us. So we're going to take almost a quarter of our cap, give it to one player who doesn't have a complimentary player on the other side, and then turn around and hope he's going to have the same production when he only had 8 sacks with a line that had Calais Campbell and Josh Allen. I mean, like I said, I think Joe Judge hit it right on the head when he said, if you don't necessarily have one elite guy, getting production out of maybe 2 or 3 other players that complement each other. That's a great statement. That is a great coach statement. I'm getting more and more excited about Joe Judge every day. So let's get off the Yannick topic and go into Leonard Williams real quick. We had reported back in December that Leonard Williams was going to ask for $15 million, and now we see everyone on YouTube going, "Well, we said the same thing." No, guys, you didn't. People seem to forget YouTube is like a camera or a video camera, or you take a picture or a video, it's still there, so you can go back, unless you go back and delete it, which some people do. We don't delete anything. We've been wrong plenty of times because, like I said, we've been doing podcasts for a while. We just got on YouTube about 9 months ago. But we've been wrong about a lot of things, and we just leave it all up. But Leonard Williams, we had also mentioned back in December that the market for Leonard Williams would probably be not as strong as Leonard Williams thinks the market for his talent is going to be. Now, I see a couple NFL guys, scouts, and other people came out and said that Leonard Williams may not be getting the type of money that he expects to be getting on the open market. That in some ways he may even have to go into a prove-it deal. Yeah, I could see that. Leonard Williams, you could say all you want about how he helped the run in this, and we've gone through this a million times. The Giants only were a negative 3-yard difference when Leonard Williams was in the lineup. They went from giving up 4 yards a carry to 3.5. We've gone through it before. He had a half a sack. So, I mean, he did not have a fantastic year. And I think in some ways that Gettleman, yes, may try to save face because of the fact that it was a stupid trade. And I don't think Leonard Williams is the talent that he thought he was coming out of college. So, but like I said, we had mentioned before that maybe he's going to have to do it on a 1-year deal. And I find it interesting that at this point in time, the Giants have not tagged him yet. I believe they have till the 14th to tag him, but we never know what can happen between now and the 14th. They could tag him, they could transition tag him. And that whole crap about him coming out saying if they tagged him as a defensive tackle instead of defensive end, he was going to go complain so that he was going to file a grievance with the Players Association, even though he played more snaps at the defensive tackle position. And it's just, but it's crazy. And I still think the Giants may try to bring Leonard Williams back, but like I said, I think it's going to be on their terms. I think Gettleman is smart enough to understand that, and I actually think Joe Judge is smart enough to understand that as well. But like I said, now it's coming out, and we reported back in December that Leonard Williams may have to have a 1-year prove-it deal. And again, like I said, it probably that's what's going to happen. I also wanted to get in real quick about Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins, we had reported that we heard rumblings that Haskins was not on the outs with Washington, but he could potentially be traded because of the fact that he was not progressing the way that Skins thought he would. And, and we heard the rumors back 2 years ago that he may have a learning disability. And we did a podcast back, I think it was in 2018. I think it was July of 2018 about the same thing. But like I said, I still think with Dwayne Haskins, I still think he's got NFL talent. I still think he could be an okay NFL quarterback, but I don't see him being the superstar that some people thought he was coming out of Ohio State. But the question is, it will throw the draft into flux if Washington takes Tua. Now, the good thing for the Giants is sitting at 4, and this is another reason why I don't think we're going to trade back, is if they do that, we have the opportunity to may have Chase Young, Isaiah Simmons, all the offensive linemen and receivers available to us to pick at 4. We could pick anyone we want. So I think in some ways we're going to take a look at that situation and say, hey, you know what, we're probably going to stay at 4 and then see who we can pick because we'll have the pick of the talent. We'll have the pick of the litter. And I think that is I think that is kind of where we're going to be leaning towards with that. In my personal opinion, I think the Giants are going to stay at 4. But that's neither here nor there. So last segment that I want to do today is I want to read some of our hate comments that we get. For some reason, I don't know, we must get under the skin of certain people because of the fact that we don't sit there and pontificate about how the Giants are wonderful and everything they do is awesome and how we're haters and how we're this and a lot of these people are trolls from other pages. And you know what, guys? I just want to tell you that comments bother me like a fart in the wind. Don't really care. They make me laugh. Give you a good example or a good point of why. This is a picture of the coffee mug I drink out of every morning. And I think you could tell by the coffee mug, things really don't bother me. Over 50, retired, doing this for fun. So your comments more make me laugh. I wish, though, you wouldn't delete them, but you need to know that they still say in your comment section. So I like to go back and read them because I think some of them are funny. Let's go to one comment here. This guy says that I don't know anything from my ass, and it has to do with a lot of ass comments about me being a dumbass and this. And all I need to say is all I can think about what John Moxon said to Billy Bob. I think I have a nice ass, and evidently you seem to be very infatuated with it. So I'm an ass for this. I'm an ass for that. So like I said, those I usually delete because of the fact that there's a lot of people that just don't like what we have to say. Here's a guy, Ethan Richards. I'm even going to tell this guy's name because he deleted the comment. Sounds kind of like a guy is pissed they didn't hire Rivera and that some people are optimistic about the staff. If I were Joe, Judge is going to have a great season. I expect this video to be deleted. Lol. Sorry, Ethan Richards, we don't delete anything. Right or wrong, like I said, we only delete comments if they are derogatory towards my family, if they're derogatory towards another subscriber, but we will never delete comments or videos. Here's another one. Damn, this guy is a serious hater on his own team. Lol. Isn't even optimistic about any hires. Hardball was blank, just a special teams coordinator once. Lol. Give the staff a chance. Well, if you go back, I have done multiple videos, and we actually mention how Jim Harbaugh, the special teams coordinator, won a Super Bowl. So you're basing that off of one video. So, I mean, I think that's kind of interesting. This guy tried to get me into an argument with another YouTuber. He says, you don't care that people rip you off and try to make themselves out to be know-it-alls when they never said half the stuff they say. They just delete comments and make them look bad. I basically told the guy, you know what, I don't care what other people do, and whatever they do, we do whatever we do, and that's the way it is, and I told him that, and then he called me an ass. He called me a dumbass. So I guess he was trying to provoke a Twitter or a YouTube war. Shake my head, you dead ass. Why do people always like to use the word ass on YouTube? I don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. You never done nothing. I don't know. Or maybe I have never done nothing. I played the game. I coached the game. I worked in the game. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I've never done anything. You are 100% correct. I would pronounce his name, but I don't know. It's all a bunch of weird letters. Okay, let's see here. Another one. You're inconsistent with your comments. You don't know what you're talking about. Learn the sport. All right, well, okay. I'm sorry if I'm inconsistent with my comments. I think that we're pretty we're pretty good at our comments. Here's one. Give Amos a chance. He failed at head coach, but I think our other staff should mend together and be fine. Why are you such a hater on people you don't know about? Well, I'm not really a hater on people I don't know about. Some people that I may not know them personally, but I've talked to people that know people about these guys. So, it's neither here nor there. I like this one from Lamont Gillis. He was arguing about the coaches, and he goes, online Big Blue, what makes them not good? And stop the edits. So what do the other 32 team staff look like? You sound like a hater. Go to the Jets. I think the coaching staff is good. And all I asked him was, well, please tell me what was good about the coaching staff. I've only mentioned that because the fact the Giants used to be the destination of any coach. I mean, you go back to when they were looking to fire Coughlin, all the names that came out. I mean, our last three head coaches now are McAdoo, Shermer, and Joe Judge. Okay, and then we got turned down by McCarthy and Rivera. So I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying we hired a lot of guys with head coaching experience, or I should say failed head coaching experience. JPP is not coming back. You don't know what you're talking about, really. Nope, he's a retard, and he's a retread, and you're a retard. I don't know if I'm retarded. I think I'm fairly intelligent. I do have a college degree. Of course, I did play sports in college, so maybe, you know what? Maybe I am retarded. I might have to go get that checked. last one I'm going to read, because some of these I can't read because they're just so profane and they make me laugh. There's another YouTuber named Ryan Moody. He sounds just like you. Must be from the same part of the country. I hate him and hate you just as much. Well, I'm sorry, Ryan Moody. I think maybe, I don't know who Ryan Moody is, but I'm sorry that you hate him cruising. Maybe it sounds like Ryan Moody's an awesome guy. Maybe him and I should hang out. I don't know. Last one. Let's see. Why do people feel like the need to curse and disparage my physical appearance? I don't know. My wife thinks I'm a good-looking guy. Like I always say, my mom thinks I'm cute. Let's see. Oh, my God, so many. You are a total idiot. You ramble and ramble, but say nothing. I don't think that's true, but, because we try to do a lot. Here's another one. Why do you sound so much like Big Blue unbiased? You were in high school in the 80s. Doubtful, my friend. You're not that old. Well, Arkham Asylum, thank you. I appreciate that because I am 52 years old. I graduated high school in the late 80s, so you know what? If I'm not that old, I really appreciate that comment. You know what? I did. I liked that comment. Some of these comments we kept up because, like I said, we don't delete comments unless they're just nasty in general. But people do need to remember that the comments all stay in the notifications so I can see exactly what you're saying, which I find fun. But like I said, you know what? We don't care what other people do on YouTube. We wish all other YouTubers well. We don't follow, but we do follow some YouTubers. I like that. Mike Too Nice. I think he does a lot of good stuff. I think Kid Blue. I think he does a lot of cool stuff as well. We sometimes comment with, I think it's the Entertainer Sports. I think that he does more of recap of what other people do in news, but you know what? He's got 21 something or 30,000 followers. I don't know what he's got, but you know what? So he must be doing something right. But you know what? Everyone does their thing. We do our thing, and we wish everyone well. And again, this was kind of a long one today, but this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And thanks for listening.